Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. I want to welcome you guys to Tewksbury High School tonight for our sports banquet. It is obviously a unique situation this year with what we've gone through, different limitations, different capacities of people we can have in different venues, etc. So we've decided to break our banquet into 2 sessions. Clearly, we have a lot of games going on as we speak, and a lot of our recipients are not here to get their awards. So as they funnel in, I will try to bring them up at different times, and we're going to have to try to operate and move on our feet. I hope you guys can all understand that and just have some patience, okay? Thank yous. I want to thank the administration. Chris Malone has been great. I've spent a lot of time, much more time than I want to, with our superintendent. He's a great guy. But the amount of meetings that we had to sit in to try to get athletics off the ground, and Mr. Malone was great. He really was. The school committee was super supportive. School committee chair Keith Sullivan was great to deal with, and the school committee has been nothing but supportive all the way through. Our principal, John Bernard, has been great. Former superintendent, come in here on the interim for the year, and he's going to work for us next year, and he has been nothing but supportive. Very appreciative of his efforts. Our coaches have been tremendous. They have been tasked with much more than just coaching, with bus seating charts and apps to make sure the players weren't sick, and different sanitizing methods that we've used in the past, and just the amount of extra things the coaches were asked to do this year above and beyond just coach your team was a lot to ask, and they all did it with a smile, and I appreciate that. The parents, thank you. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for not being complete pains in my email every day with not being able to see your kids play. You guys were great. You really were. Thank you. It was a tough year for everybody, and you guys definitely did not make it uncomfortable for me every day, and I'm appreciative of that. Our athletes, you guys were great. Every one of you. You know, we had apps to fill out and hand sanitizer and show up and leave, and can't be in the gym, but you can be in the gym, but you can't. You got to come when the practice starts, and you got to leave as soon as it ends. And how many people we can have on the turf and spread out on the turf, and the restrictions that were put on the kids were a lot, and they did it every day. They were great. Custodial staff, maintenance, keeping the building clean, sanitizing the chairs, putting hand sanitizing stations everywhere. I mean, the custodial staff, Roland Patterson, John Marchand, those guys were tremendous. Our nurses, every day dealing with our kids, checking our kids. Kelly Constantino, Mackenzie Canini, great. Chris Mahana, our trainer, keeping everybody in one piece. He was awesome. You know, it's the rules that needed to be done in that office in order to keep it, you know, the amount of volume that goes through there, in order to keep everybody safe, clean, properly socially distanced. He was a rock star. You know, Mrs. O'Hare, it doesn't happen without her. She runs the athletic office, and she's tremendous. Jamie Pote, the coverage that he gives us with the town crier, great. You know, Coach McCabe, our contest manager, Lenny Hunnell, who supports our kids like no one else. Those guys were great. Special shout out to Andrew Delapiana, voice of the Redmen. What he did with cable for hockey games, basketball games, soccer games, football games. Kid was awesome. You know, just the job they did was everybody was second to none. So proud of everybody. Couple statistics. We had 982 roster slots. We had a participation rate of 39%. 39% of our student body participated throughout the year in athletics. We competed in about 600 contests with limited schedule, limited non-league schedule, no state tournament for the fall or the winter. That's a good number of games. Generally, we're up around 1,100. We had just about 600 games, okay? We had 7 missed games due to COVID, 1 at the varsity level. We have 15 of our athletes moving on to compete at the next level. And we had a senior class GPA of 3.71. Our senior athletes combined GPA, 371. Outstanding. We won 5 MVC championships. We have 6 All-Scholastics. We got a new one today. 6 All-Scholastics. We had 1 MVC Cup champion, and we had 2 MVC Cup finalists. So, great season by us. Proud of every one of you guys. Again, we're going to have to move on our feet. Field hockey's still playing. Girls lacrosse is still playing. Boys lacrosse is still playing. Wrestling right now. So those 3 teams are on their, on the court, fields, mats, competing as we speak. So we'll honor the, we'll call the names, and as they come in, we'll have to move on our feet and make it work. Okay. Our first team I'd like to call up is our girls ice hockey team led by our head coach, Coach Sarah O'Terry. Come on up, Coach. Coach O'Terry, after she leaves, is off to her bachelorette party because she's getting married. So congrats, Coach.
Okay, well, it's great to be back here in person with everyone. It feels almost back to normal, which is great. Just to reiterate everything Mr. Druin said, it was such a success of a season. I really didn't know if it was going to happen in the winter with the holidays and vacations and everything, but with the help of administration and parents being so awesome and just the players really being selfless, that was a huge help, making sure that they were putting the team first and taking care of themselves and the team. So that was really awesome. And we had a super successful season, obviously competing like every other team in here, just an MVC schedule, which was really challenging, but super rewarding at the same time. We had 3 seniors, Madison Robillard, Alexis Raymond, and Tori Sweeney. Absolutely phenomenal year for them, helping out our younger girls. We actually only had 9 returning players this season, so their leadership was outstanding. We really trusted them and enlisted them to get our season going and keep everyone following the rules and being competitive and being successful while still being safe and being smart and just enjoying the experience. So I can't say enough about their leadership and helping us out and being successful both on and off the ice. They really cherished every moment they were on the ice and at the rink, and we seriously really appreciate that. So huge shout out to seniors this year. Our 2 award winners are not here, but just to speak about them a little bit, our MVP is our 2nd consecutive year as an MVP. She's phenomenal. She's a top goal scorer. She's tough to play against. I wanted to quickly tell the story, even though she's not here. Another coach in our league said the biggest compliment he can give her is his girls say to him, she's tough to play against and it's hard to hate her. And I feel like that really speaks to this player because, as a top scorer in the league, you really want to think negatively about her or not like her, but she's so, such great sportsmanship and so talented that it's really tough. So not only is she our top scorer, plays the most minutes on our team, she's also just a really good person and good leader and good teammate and, good representative of being a student athlete. So our MVP is Jessica Driscoll. And our coaches award is going to a senior who really just stepped up this year and in the past few seasons. She had a few setbacks in her career, but I think what defines her is that she didn't let those setbacks get in the way of what she wanted to achieve and the teammate that she wanted to be. And she was always willing to help anyone out and really helped the coaching staff get our culture across and our message across, especially in a year that could be tricky, you know, like Mr. Druin said, coming in, just getting dressed, getting on the ice, no locker rooms. And she really helped keep our team together and was everything that we wanted as coaches to see in our players. So our coaches award is going to Alexis Raymond. Thank you.
Coach Terry, thank you. Behave this weekend. Our next coach I'd like to call up is our girls soccer coach, Coach Samantha Tavansis.
All right. I'm a little short for this, so. All right, thank you, Mr. Druin. I'm going to make this nice and quick this year. We had a great season this past fall. We were very successful, ending 7-1-1. We had a 7-game winning streak. Obviously, under the circumstances, I was very impressed with the girls, the parents, everybody came out to play, and everybody did such a great job this season. I have 2 awards to go out. So my MVP award is for junior Daniela Almeida. You could come on up and get your award. She was also All-State this year. Good job, Danny. And my next award, she is not here yet. She's at a lacrosse game. We'll recognize her after, but Lexi Palomino for the Coaches Award. And my other player, she will come up later for her other award, but I did want to recognize Jordan Sheehan for All Conference this year. She'll come up later. Thank you.
Our next coach is a coach that is personal, friend of mine, outstanding coach. He is taking on the role of a dad, and is now going to do some dad things and has to stop coaching all your kids to coach his own kids, which I completely understand. Has given a ton of time, a ton of effort, a ton of energy. I respect this guy a ton. He's going to be a big set of shoes to fill, but our boys soccer coach, Chris Burns.
Hi, everyone. First off, I just want to say thanks to Mr. Druin and also Nancy for everything that they've done over the last 9 years that I've been here at Tewksbury. It's been a really great experience for me. Enjoyed every minute of it, the highs and the lows. This year, unlike any other, and obviously for the players to give the effort on a daily basis, the commitment. We had new rules that they had to learn how to play with. The game was unlike anything they played up until this point in their life. So the players really need to be commended for that. They showed up every day. They didn't complain. And really, the success that we had this season was a testament to their effort, and hopefully it continues forward in the future. We have 2 awards. The first one is our Coaches Award. This player, over the course of the 4 years, grew so much as a player. He started off, freshman year. He was a JV player, then he came to varsity, but he didn't really play a lot as a sophomore, and then took off last year and was our offensive MVP last year, and this year continued on. He's just a fantastic player, and that is Patrick DeMello. So our most valuable player, this guy, as a sophomore, something unfortunate happened for one of our other players on the team, and this guy got slotted in to start the second game of the season against Lowell, and he basically never came off the field from that point on. He made it hard for me as a coach to take him off. He took that opportunity, made it his own, became our best defensive player, probably one of our top defenders that we've had in the 9 years I've been coach here. Great leader, great athlete, good at basketball too, and just an awesome kid. If you had a whole team of this guy, you'd be all right. You'd do fine every single season. So our most valuable player this year is Brady Egan.
Our next coach is another coach here who has, given her heart and soul as a player here, as a longtime assistant here, and now just kind of recently got the head coaching job a couple years ago. And times change and people's lives change and work changes and different commitment level changes at different times, whether it be your job, your family, etc. And this is a coach that just recently had to resign, and we're going to have to post this position, and again, big set of shoes to fill. But our field hockey coach, Coach Jordan Buckland.
Hello. Like Coach Druin was just saying, I am lucky enough that I was an athlete that went through the Tewksbury program, and I got to coach alongside of my coach for a large chunk of my life, and it has been absolutely amazing to be able to coach the girls that I have been able to work with. Just like everyone has already said, our season this year was vastly different than any year in the past, and what a year for it to happen in good ways and in bad ways. I could not have asked for a better group to go through this with, because I felt that they were really supporting me and helping me and learning along with me, trying to, after 20-something years of being a part of this sport, to have to learn it differently this year. And they were just fantastic. I have a handful of them here tonight, and I could tell you all why you would be my MVP or my Coach's Choice Award. Saptari always asking questions and learning different things. Brooke and Mackenzie being pulled up when you got pulled up and learning the game as quickly as you did. And Allie Baker, just like your attitude this year and you coming out of your shell, like makes me want to cry. But I do have somebody here who I want to give special recognition for the Coach's Award. This is someone who was our captain this year. She would have played any position that I told her. If I needed her to be the coach, she would have done it. Driving people places, setting things up, just being a role model for everybody else on the team. And I doubt that she even knows that she ever was. But I would like to call Megan Marshall up for the Coach's Award this year. The second award that I have to give out tonight, again, someone who could not be here, she is at lacrosse. This athlete is just a total force to be reckoned with. She did not join our team until she was a junior. After lots and lots and lots of friendly peer pressuring, she finally joined our team, and she was unstoppable on the field. Like a lot of the other coaches have said about her, you know, overcoming things and really learning the game and being a part of it and wanting to teach her teammates and teach me these things that she picked up was absolutely amazing. I wish she was here so I could give this to her, but Alexis Raymond, 100% our MVP this year. Thanks.
Our next coach, well thought of teacher in the building, longtime cross country coach, does a tremendous job with boys cross country, Coach Peter Fortunato.
All right, I had a couple thank yous to shout out, but Coach Druin did a good job hammering those out. So as far as the thank yous I got left, Coach Druin, you and Nancy, thank you for everything that you do. I want to thank my assistant coach, Fred Doyle, our boosters program, and then all the parents and athletes this year. Everyone was super flexible, doing everything that they needed to do to make sure the season happened. As far as the season, it seems like forever ago at this point. Going into the fall, I wasn't sure if we're going to have a season. Obviously, we had a couple things that we had to work around. Every single race, rather than racing head-to-head with the other team, they were time trials, which was kind of difficult. It's hard to convince some athletes to run a 5K, never mind a 5K with a mask on. But the boys were happy to be there. It gave them a sense of normalcy, which was really good to see. Leading the way all season was our MVP, which he did a good job of being our number one runner, but he also gave the rest of the guys on the team something to gauge off of. He's a 4-year guy. He's grown tremendously over the years. He's doing an absolute amazing job right now, running personal bests in the 600, 800, mile, and 2 mile. Our MVP, Zach Conley. Next up is our Coaches Award. This year, my Coaches Award is going to go to a senior who's just incredibly coachable, just does everything that I ever asked of him, doesn't question anything, just trusts the process, puts in the work every single day. He was in the mix of our top 5 all season long. He's doing tremendous things right now in track. He's running personal bests in the 400 and the 800 every single meet. I'm excited to see him run this weekend in the 800, hopefully finish at the MVC Championship meet with a nice fist pump. And this year's Coaches Award goes to Josh, my man, Linehan.
Our next coach, another well-thought-of teacher in the building, 3-sport coach, does a great job with our, a lot of our runners, and our girls cross-country coach, Coach Fran Cusick.
All right. Coach Fortunato stole a lot of my material. I was going to talk also about the time trial nature of our meets this year, which was really difficult because if you've ever run a 5K, you know that having someone to run with is typically what pushes you to better times. But Overall, I thought our kids did a tremendous job. This senior class has been fantastic. I think some of the other coaches have mentioned it, but like this is the year that you needed to have like really good leadership. And I think we had that with our 4 seniors, with Izzy Carlton, Maria De Silva, Michaela Page, and Erin Sands. So it was a great group. In terms of our season, we went 5-2. We had some nice wins over Central Catholic, Billerica, Chelmsford, Methuen, and Dracut. And the 2 losses we had, we lost to Lowell by 3 points, and we lost to Haverhill by 5 points. So we were a few points away from an undefeated season. I think the team really connected well, and I really enjoyed being with these kids every day. I want to thank my assistant coach, Karina Berglund. She's someone that I coached my first year coaching here. She was a senior, and she went to UNH and recently graduated, came back, and even though she's working about 6 different jobs, she kind of found time to come to practice every day, which was great. I have one award that I'm going to give out. I have another award that I'll give out later at the second banquet, but this is a kid that is really an extension of the coaching staff. She gets along with pretty much everyone on the team, and she really knows how to strike the right tone. She can be silly and fun. She can be serious. She kind of always knows, she can read the room really, really well. She joined the cross-country team as a sophomore, and I really cannot imagine what it is going to look like without her. She's such a tough kid. Every teacher that I mention her name to just lights up like, wow, she is a great student, and she's taking her talents next year to Holy Cross, which I think will be really great for Holy Cross. So Coach's Award goes to Erin Sands.
Thanks, Coach. Our next coach I'd like to call up is our volleyball coach, Coach Ali Lupi, former player here, outstanding volleyball coach, has our program going in the right direction. Coach Lupi.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Druin. So the first award I'm going to give out is going to be the MVP. So, as a sophomore, this player was named our MVP. She undoubtedly is one of the best volleyball players to come through Tewksbury High School. As a freshman, she made varsity and was placed on the MVC All-Conference team, and she easily would have made it again this year if we had named league awards. She's our starting libero, meaning that she's our best passer by far. She has a lot of volleyball experience, so not only can she pass well, but she can hit, she can set, she can do everything. She's been a vital member for our team and a huge reason for our success these past 2 years. I'm really looking forward to watching her develop as a player, and I'm thrilled to give our MVP award to Karina Barron. And the next award is the Coach's Award. So the Coach's Award went to another sophomore, Kylie Kennedy. This was Kylie's first season on varsity, and she had to switch positions and step into arguably the most important role on the court. She became our starting setter. This was not the easiest of transitions, but she stuck with it. She remained positive and driven to succeed. Her efforts paid off, and she improved tremendously throughout the season. Her willingness to change positions for the betterment of the team is why she was chosen for the Coach's Award, and unfortunately, she couldn't make it tonight, but I'm honored to give this to her, Kylie.
Thank you. Our next coach is our longtime golf coach, Coach Jim Sullivan. Again, well thought of teacher in the building, head golf coach, Jim Sullivan.
Coach, I thought we were friends. Everybody else was friends. We're not friends anymore? Jeez. All right. Congratulations to those seniors that are here and to all of you that have earned awards today. Golf season kind of kicked it off this year. The last 2 years, we were either the league champs or co-league champs. Coming into this year, we had a group of seniors that were really looking forward to trying to keep that string going. With COVID, it was a different situation that we're all just happy to be able to be out there. All the fall sports, all the coaches, all the athletes, all the parents. We were the testing ground, right? We talked to the kids every single day about our responsibility so that they all and everybody else could continue playing their sports throughout the season. And that it was all of our responsibilities as coaches and players and parents in the fall to make sure we all did the right things, wearing masks and doing the right things on the buses and making sure even outside of our athletic events that we were doing the right things and making the right decisions so that the kids in the winter could have their sport and the kids in the fall too could have their sport and the kids in the spring. So I'm proud of all of you, students, especially you seniors that have things that you wanted to do that you had to dial back and cut back on for not only you, but for the sake of everybody else. So I applaud that and I appreciate that. And that kind of just takes me into our season where people have asked, and Jamie Pote's asked 100 times and a couple of, what was your record? I got to be honest, I don't know what our record was. The record wasn't focused on our record this year. The season wasn't measured by wins and losses. It was about getting everybody on the course and getting them opportunities to play. So that's what we focused on every day. And so it wasn't about that. And Mr. Druin said the other night during our 8th grade meeting, he's as competitive as anybody. I think I like to think I'm not to the same level. I can admit that, but I'm pretty competitive, and we turned that switch off from day one. That's not what it was about. So, we weren't worried about that. I want to thank our seniors. One guy we had come out this year that was never able to play golf was Will McKay, who was a football guy, but since football was moved to the fall too, he came out. So I want to recognize him as one of our seniors who played this year. He'll be attending Springfield College. John Beatrice is another senior for us this year. He will be attending Endicott College, and Joe Pizzera, who will be attending the University of North Carolina, Charlotte. So those are 3 of our seniors, our award winners. And before I get to them, I did kind of skip over my thanks. And I know Mr. Druin thanked a lot of people, but I would be remiss if I didn't thank Trellbrook Golf Course and Tewksbury Country Club, who donates their courses to us every year. That's a huge cost savings to the school department and for us to be able to participate and play golf. And it's been busy, especially during COVID, where that's the one thing people could get out and do. So they made it work for us, and we're really, really appreciative of them. Obviously, Mrs. O'Hare, Mr. Druin, and our nurses here at the high school for making everything work and go. The administration, Mr. Druin must have a lot less conversations with my brother because they're never easy for me. So I have to take some tips from him and figure out how to do that. Coach McNaught, who stepped in. Coach Monblow has been our JV coach, but wasn't able to do it with his family situation and his children at home. And Coach Meg stepped in and helped us out and coached our JV team. So I would be remiss if I didn't mention him. And then Jamie Pote and Mike Ippolito at the Town Crier. You'd think we like the best golf program in the state with the coverage we get in the Town Crier every week. And so those guys do a great job for us and give our kids a lot of attention. So as far as our award winners, first our coaches award goes to a 3-year varsity guy, has been a terrific player, was a captain for us this year, was a great leader, is a great person to have in your program, whatever it happens to be. I really enjoyed having him. I'm going to miss him. He's off to the University of Connecticut, Sam White. And then our MVP is really no surprise. It's the 2nd year in a row. He's been our standout #1 guy. As a junior, he was the league MVP. He's been a 4-year varsity player. He's been a really, really good player for us here in the golf program. He's moving on to Nichols College, where he's going to play golf at Nichols College. Anthony Pecci.
Well done, Coach. I'd like to call up our next head coach, our new boys head basketball coach, Coach Steve Boudreau.
All right, I hope there's no referees out there to tell me to put my mask above my nose. First, I'd like to thank everyone that made this season possible. It was an unprecedented year, and I appreciate all the work that went in behind the scenes to make it possible. I'd like to also congratulate all the senior athletes with us tonight on your upcoming graduation. I wish you all the best of luck as you begin the next chapter of your life. I'd like to thank our coaching staff, Coach Kasner, who does a great job with our freshmen, Coach Briggs, who's our JV coach, and then Coach Graffio and Coach Bradley, who are on the varsity staff. I'm extremely proud of the team, the 2020-2021 team, and what we accomplished this season. It was a season full of sacrifice, is probably how I'd put it best. But through it all, we matched the previous year's win total, even with playing 9 less games. We earned a home game in the MVC Cup. And probably from a performance standpoint, what I'm most proud of is we finished our regular season with a 500 record, which in a normal year would qualify us for the state tournament, which I know that the 6 seniors sitting over there, that was something that was super important to them. Most importantly, our seniors had the opportunity to leave their mark on the program. I think we ask a lot of our players, and we talk a lot about leaving the program better than you found it. And our 6 seniors did that every day. And I'd like to thank you for your commitment to Tewksbury basketball. Our 6 seniors are Michael Cronin, Brady Egan, Mikey Kelly, Kalua Lou, Ryan Remetta, and Dom Valway. I couldn't be more proud to have coached them. They're a group that overcame adversity, persevered through whatever was thrown at them, and set the standard every day. They made me a better coach, and I'm thankful for the impact they've had on my life and all the younger players that will come after them. And I'm going to miss you a lot. 2 awards tonight, Coaches Award and MVP. Our Coaches Award is going to go to someone who was a tireless worker. He improved every single year, and he turned himself into a hardened, tough, winning player. And I think he'd be a pretty darn good future coach. He's off to the University of Maryland. He'll probably be in the student section waving a red towel and screaming for the Terrapins. But our Coaches Award goes to Brady Egan. All right, our second award goes to our MVP. This player probably had the most to lose with the shortened season. He had a chance to score 1,000 points, and when you lose 9 games, obviously your opportunities are limited, and he wasn't able to reach the 1,000 points. Regardless, Kalu is a person that he blew me away every day with how he put the team first, how selfless he was. And he just laid it on the line every day at practice. His attention to detail, film sessions, team meetings. I'm just really proud of the young man that Kalu's turned himself into. He's a great player, and I can tell you he's a better person than he is a player. Kalu's headed to the University of Lowell. I'll say University of Massachusetts Lowell, and we're going to miss him a lot. And the impact he had on the program. The 2020-2021 boys basketball MVP is Kalua Lou.
Well done, Coach. Our next coach let's call up is our girls basketball coach, our MVC Cup champion girls basketball coach, Mark Bradley.
Good evening. Congrats to the class of 2021. On behalf of myself, Coach Hayes, Coach McNault, Coach Bruno, we would like to congratulate, especially our four graduating senior girls, Alyssa Machaletta, Mary Kate Callanan, Erin McIntyre, and Lexi Palomino. This group of girls did an outstanding job maintaining a winning tradition in a very unique season that we had. Overall, the team finished with a 5-7 record in a shortened season. We had some very competitive losses against the large school teams. We ended up falling short. We had a very young team, returning only 4 varsity players from the year before. The senior girls, you know, I can't thank them enough for buying into what we were trying to do this year. We installed it was a unique year. We installed a 5-in, 5-out system, subbing every minute, 2 minutes, throughout the whole duration of the game. And I think it kept us in a lot of games, especially against the teams that we played. So I really thank my senior girls from the bottom of my heart for understanding what we were trying to do. It's, you know, these girls went through, you know, years of waiting their turn, and then when you're a senior, you want to be able to spend your time, you know, participating in all that. And you know, the schedule that we drew, we thought this was the best thing for us. So I can't thank them enough. We ended up playing in the newly formed MVC Cup. Ended up winning the MVC Cup. I didn't think we'd be the only Cup champion here, which is pretty cool. So congrats, girls, once again. I have 2 awards tonight. One for a coach's award, and the other for our team MVP. Our coach's award is going to go to Mary Kate Callanan. Throughout Mary Kate's career here at the high school, she has shown so much devotion and so much determination for the sport of basketball. She's improved every year as a player, even battling through some tough injuries. So congrats to Mary Kate. Her years of devotion to the sport and determination to this sport is going to play huge dividends in her years to come. Once again, congrats, Mary Kate. My bad. I'm like, where is it? Our team MVP is going to go to Lexi Palomino. Lexi's been a 4-year player on the varsity team. Every year playing, she continued to get better. She played behind some very good players in the guard position and finally got her a chance to be the player. She led our team in scoring. She does tremendous things. She did tremendous things for us on the court, and she does tremendous things in the school. She's a great, great kid. She's the player that every team that we played, and we played against some very tough teams, she had to go against their best players. And I know we had a lot of talk through the whole duration of what we were trying to do about what we thought would be awesome for her and put her in a better situation. So she was recognized as a league all-star. Lexi's work ethic, determination is going to play huge dividends for Lexi. So I'm going to miss her, Lexi Palomino.
Lexi was also Lexi is also the recipient of the Girls Soccer Coaches Award. So Lexi Palomino Girls Soccer Coaches Award as well. Okay. Coach Derek Doherty, our boys hockey coach, had a death in the family and could not be here tonight. So I will present the boys hockey awards. Okay. Our hockey team was 9-1, went to the MVC Cup finals, and COVID kind of grabbed us. So we were short a bunch of guys for that game. Great year by that team. Our coaches award for our boys hockey team will go to Chase Peralt. Most valuable player, pretty easy choice here for the most valuable player. This guy is been putting the puck in the back of the net for 4 years and 100-point scorer in his career, outstanding player, leader on that team, and just had a heck of a season for us this year. Our most valuable player for boys hockey, Will O'Keefe. Our next set of awards is our gymnastics awards, and coincidentally, Amanda Ogden is at the national championships, and she is coached by Coach Wilkie, so she's at the national championships. They're both down in Florida. They called in today, so I will present the gymnastics awards, okay? Gymnastics awards, our team had an outstanding season, a bunch of good wins. It was a pleasure to watch. Coaches award for gymnastics, Madison Wheeler. Coach Wilkie chose co-most valuable players. Again, a couple easy choices, I think, based on performance on the mat, apparatus, etc. Co-MVPs, this lady does a lot of good things in a lot of sports for us, and gymnastics being one of them. Most valuable player, girls gymnastics, Bella Shilley. And the co-most valuable player, like I said earlier, is down at the national championships in Florida and a three-sport athlete for us. Does a tremendous job. Co-most valuable player, Amanda Ogden. I wanted to recognize our unified basketball team. See if we have any of our unified basketball players here, okay? Our coaches award for unified basketball, Evan Regan. And our most valuable player for unified basketball, Daniel Shahagian. A couple of awards were issued earlier, and the athletes are now in the auditorium. So, there's 2 awards for this young lady. The Girls Ice Hockey Coaches Award, and the most valuable player for field hockey, Alexis Raymond. And the most valuable player for girls ice hockey, Jessica Driscoll. The fall and the winter were difficult in my world. You know, we played limited schedules in the fall, and as athletic directors, we felt like it wasn't the right thing to do to name all conference players in the fall. You didn't play half the teams in the conference, so we did not name all conference kids in the fall. Okay. We started to get a little bit more, things opened up a little bit, the restrictions kind of relaxed a little bit, and we named all-stars in the winter. And we named all conference players in the winter, okay? So, it was tight in the fall, it loosened up a little bit in the winter. Fall 2, we kind of got back to normal, and then in the spring, it's back to normal. All conference, all-stars, et cetera, et cetera. So, those fall athletes, my heart kind of breaks for you, but I do understand when half the coaches aren't seeing half the players, how you start naming all conference players. It's not equitable. You're not playing the same schedule. So, with that said, we did have some all conference players in the winter, okay? First team all conference in boys basketball, Kalu Olu. If you're named to the all-conference team, could you please stay up on the stage? I know Mr. Brown has to get a photo. First team all-conference, Brady Egan. First team all-conference for girls basketball, Alexis Palomino. First team all-conference for girls basketball, Madison Stovesand. First team all-conference, gymnastics, Bella Shilley. First team all-conference gymnastics, Amanda Ogden. First team all-conference boys ice hockey, Caden Connors. First team all-conference boys ice hockey, Will O'Keefe. First team all-conference girls ice hockey, Jessica Driscoll. First team all-conference girls ice hockey, Michelle Kusmal. Joe, you want to come in? Mr. Brown, hang on. I want to add Daniela Almeida to the picture for being named All-State, and Jordan Sheehan to the picture, soccer had an all-conference player. What'd you say? They're going to wear masks in the picture. Yeah. We'll get your certificate taken care of. Daughter, stop over and see Mrs. O'Hare tomorrow. We'll get it printed out and taken care of. Our next session starts at 7 o'clock. It will be Fall 2 and Spring Athletics. It will be the four-season awards. It will be the major awards, and it'll be any kind of all scholastics, miscellaneous, coaches of the year, etc. So those will all start to take place at 7 o'clock, okay? I want to thank you for coming. If you are a major award winner or you are all scholastic in any of the other sports, made all conference in the fall too, or made all conference in the spring, clearly we'd like you to stay. If you are not a recipient of those awards or receiving anything a little bit later, you're free to go. So we will pick back up at 7 o'clock. Thank you for coming. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. I want to welcome you to our sports banquet. Unique year, unique setup. You know, we did fall and winter at 5:30, and we're going to try to do fall 2 and spring now, plus our major awards and our four-season awards. So we got quite a bit to try to get through in a shorter period of time. So I want to try to get us moving on time, okay? I want to say thank you to the administration. Superintendent Malone, Assistant Superintendent Regan were excellent with trying to get athletics off the ground. I met weekly with Superintendent Malone and the other superintendents in the Merrimack Valley, and we're fortunate to have Mr. Malone. He was instrumental in getting athletics off the ground, okay? Instrumental. I want to thank the school committee. They were super supportive. I met with Chair Keith Sullivan a few times regarding athletics and went over the setup in the gym and how we were going to go, and the school committee was outstanding, and Keith, thank you for your support through this. You guys made it easy to make this work. Mr. Bernard and the administrative team here at the high school were second to none. Mr. Bernard's door's been open. You know, we lost a good friend of mine, and Mrs. Vogel, who moved on up in the world to superintendent's position at Linfield, and very lucky to get Mr. Bernard as our principal. He's a former superintendent, and he's seen a lot and is wise in his ways, and he's been a great resource in a very difficult time. Our coaches have had different things thrown at them this year that we have not seen in the past, and apps to get your kids to practice, and different sanitation protocols, and all the restrictions of bus seating and whatnot. They were tremendous. The coaches were tremendous to deal with. The parents, you guys could have made this miserable on me, and you guys were great. The restrictions that somewhat got loosened in fall 2 and pretty loose, almost back to normal in the spring, made it a little bit easier, but the fall and the winter, those parents kind of got the short end of the stick, and my email was not bombed every day with parents upset about not being able to see their children. I really appreciate that so much. You guys don't understand, because at some schools it was chaos, and you guys made it work, and I thank you. The athletes, you guys were outstanding. Every day you had to show up and sign in on apps and make sure you weren't sick and be socially distant at practice, and masks were on and then masks were off, and you guys were outstanding. I'm so proud of you guys. Roland Patterson and his team here, John Marchand, the maintenance staff, the custodial staff here at the high school, cleaning chairs, getting facilities ready, setting up different scorers tables, sanitizing the tables, all the things they did, outstanding. Our nurses, Kelly Constantino, Mackenzie Canini, outstanding. Could not have been easier to work with. Chris Mahana, our trainer, keeping our kids in one piece, yet having to maintain social distance in the training room. Tough situation. We got a lot of kids that are banged up, especially when we stop playing football. It's full contact, and the day-to-day maintenance that needed for those guys. And Chris had it tough over there, and he did a great job. Jamie Pote for the coverage he gives our kids. Lenny Hunnell, a supporter of our kids. Coach McCabe, longtime coach here, successful coach. Our contest manager, outstanding. And then nothing happens in athletics without Nancy O'Hare. So, thank you to all of them. Couple things before we get rolling here. We had 982 roster slots. 982 uniforms were filled by our students this year in a pandemic. I think that number's great. Our participation rate was 39%. So 39% of our student body participates in athletics throughout the year. We played in about 600 contests. When you can't play non-league games and there's no state tournament in the fall or the winter, some teams dropping sub-varsity programs because of the pandemic and not having enough numbers, I think 600 contests is pretty good. We had 7 missed games, only 1 at the varsity due to COVID. That's one of the lower numbers in the Merrimack Valley Conference. We have 15 of our athletes moving on to compete at the next level. And most importantly, our combined seniors GPA for the athletes was 3.71. 371 GPA. Give yourself a hand. We won 5 MVC championships. We had 6 All-Scholastics. We had 1 MVC Cup champion, and we had 2 MVC Cup finalists, which is outstanding. It's as many as any school in the conference other than the university that's got kids from 50 communities. So, great year for our kids. Proud of everybody. I cannot say thank you enough to everybody involved. This could have been a nightmare on my end, and you guys made it work every day, so thank you so much. With that said, I want to call up our first coach tonight who's going to bang out 2.5 to 3 sports. A well-thought-of teacher in our building, a coach who is working with our kids every day, holds our girls' track programs together, Coach Fran Cusick.
Ooh. Oh, man. Thanks. All right, rough start there, dropping the papers, and these awards are all over the place. I'm going to try to go through this pretty quick as instructed by Mr. Druin. I want to first thank our coaches, all the assistant coaches that I work with. Me and Coach Fortunato are the only coaches in the building, so a lot of our coaching staff is coming to practice from other jobs. It's very, very inconvenient to come to the Tewksbury at 2:30 every day, and I really do appreciate the fact that you guys give up your time to come help our kids. So Jill Page, Mike Davis, Peter Fortunato, Scott Wilson, Karina Berglund, Cassie Froyo, Ashley Colarusso, Fred Doyle, Shay Hiltz, and Nick Parsons all helped out at various times between the 2 seasons, and I am really, really appreciative of it. We have a lot of conversations, a lot of late night group me threads talking about lineups and what to do, and I really enjoy kind of the banter with you guys. I want to thank our Boosters Club, Debbie Adams, Kathy Carlton, Pam Gondola, Fred Doyle, Nancy Sands. You guys do a great job supporting our kids. On to our season. So the fall 2 track season was really something I had no idea what it was going to look like. We were practicing in very, very difficult conditions weather-wise. We're in the gym, we're on the track, there's ice, there's snow, they're plowing the track at times. I really did not know what it was going to look like. We also had a ton of new kids come out for the team. So we have new coaches, we have new kids. It's a weird kind of season. We're doing indoor events outside. It could have been a disaster, and I thought it went really, really well. We ended up going 2-3. We had a couple nice wins, couple tough losses to Bill Ricca, but overall it was a really, really successful season. And I really also want to thank the senior leadership that we had. I have 3 awards that I'm going to give out. The first one is to a kid that I don't know if she's put in more work than anyone, but it's very unlikely that anyone has outworked this kid. She was out there in the summer doing tempo runs and long runs. She's out there in the winter just busting her butt every single day. And she saw some huge improvements in the mile, the 2 mile, the 800, basically every event she contested. Coach's Award goes to Molly Kremen. Which one is that? It's this walk that kills us. All right, our second award for Fall 2 is going to a kid that is the heart and soul of the throwing group. She's been on the team for 4 years, and she is just so consistent. In track and field, it's really difficult because your performance is measured by a specific number. And when you start out as a beginner, it's great because you see that number get better and better and better each time. Unfortunately, you reach a point where you kind of plateau a little bit, and you need to really, really kind of fine-tune things. And her and Coach Mike Davis have done a great job doing that. She's throwing the best she ever has as a senior in a weird kind of situation with this season. The Coach's Award goes to Abby Demos. I got it. All right, third award goes to someone who has really been a jack of all trades for us. She is one of the most athletic kids on the team, and as a result of that athleticism, we kind of have just put her in all kinds of different events. We put her in long jump, we put her in triple jump, we put her in pole vault. We've had her do 4x1, 4x4. Really any event that was needed, she was willing to do, which was awesome because honestly, as a sophomore, I didn't know how committed she was to track, to be completely forthright here. And she came in as a junior and has just been an absolute pleasure to coach. I really enjoy interacting with her. Coach's Award goes to Noelia Cura. You covered up my notes, Coach. Okay, moving on to the spring season. We had basically the same coaching setup. Scott Wilson stepped in as boys head coach and has done a great job with that, but otherwise basically the same staff. And we had a great season. We went 2-2. We had a very, very close meet against Bill Ricca, who was the defending league champs, and crushed us in the indoor season. So this has been nice because this season we have actually been able to compete in some invitationals. We actually have our MVC League meet on Saturday, and then we have our state meet next week. So I'm really looking forward to, kind of seeing how we do against other teams outside of, we've literally raced Billerica 4 times, I think, in the past 3 months. So it'll be nice to see some different teams. I have 2 awards that I want to give out. The first one is to a kid that I had in class as a sophomore, and it was a kind of a difficult class, but she did so great in it. She was such a hardworking kid, and I had kind of a thought in my mind, I bet she would be a good track kid. And I believe Michaela Page convinced her to come out for the team, and I'm so glad she did that because I cannot imagine what our sprint crew would have looked like without this person on the team. She is really an extension of the coaching staff. You know how they say like kids lead by example when they're kind of quiet? This kid is not quiet at all. She's not afraid to yell at people and tell them what to do, but she always has everybody in the right position and has just been fantastic. So the Coach Award goes to Maria Da Silva. All right, last award for spring track is MVP. This will not be a surprise to anyone. This person has won Boston Globe All-Scholastic, Herald All-Scholastic, Gatorade Players of the Year, Lowell Sun All-Star. Basically every award you can get, she has gotten. I think the thing that stands out most to me about this person is her consistency. She came into the team as a freshman and was immediately one of the best kids on the team and one of the best kids really in the state. And to maintain that level of consistency over 4 years is really, really astonishing. I have never seen a kid compete at such a high level over such a long period of time. Every season, she gets to the end of the season, and that is when she is running her best. She has been stunningly consistent. I know you guys are going to probably hear a lot about her going forward, but MVP goes to Michaela Page. All right, I have one final award, and then I will exit stage right. This is actually a cross-country award, but this person was not able to make it to the cross-country banquet. And she is one of the most hardworking people that I know. She obviously does track, she does cross-country, she did hockey this year, she does dance, she's working a pretty hectic job, and whenever she is at cross-country or track, she's always she's never, worrying about getting to the next thing. She's always in the moment. She really commits to whatever the workout is or whatever the meet is. She never lets the busyness of her schedule kind of get her down. And she's just an awesome person. I think her teammates love her. She's a great leader. Coach's Award for cross-country goes to Macy Chapman.
Our next 2 coaches that I'm going to ask to come up are our 2 boys track coaches, our indoor track coach, Coach Nick Parsons, and our outdoor track coach, Coach Scott Wilson.
All right. So fall 2 happened. That was a weird season. I saw Fran's post on Facebook looking for a volunteer assistant, and I responded, and then 5 days later, I'm the head coach of this thing for the first time ever. I'm getting all these emails from Ron about this COVID questionnaire thing that no one does. I have to yell at kids for every day. The first day of practice is dead silent, just like this auditorium. I'm new. I haven't been coaching in here for 3 years, so I'm a complete stranger. And it seems like every senior that was doing track decided to, we'll stay remote for a little longer. So we're really starting from scratch. That was a lot. But it was such an incredible experience. More important than anything else, by the end of that season, we had kids from all different walks of life talking together, playing around together, competing together, and supporting each other, which is really what track is all about. So that was the most satisfying thing I could see as a coach. I really need to thank all the athletes, parents, coaches, boosters, for just trusting me. It meant a lot. It was hard trying to decide who would get these awards. Our senior leadership was incredible. There's some really incredible student athletes in this audience. You all are. Two I want to highlight, though. So our most valuable player. So in addition to walking into the mess that I just described as first day of Fall 2 indoor track, our throws coach came wheeling in on a scooter. He just had knee surgery, and he showed up, but we're all kind of like, should you be here, man? Like, you're in a scooter. Like, I think you're bleeding through your gauze. But he showed up. Wasn't very good at coaching in that situation. So he really relied on an athlete to do that work for him. And this athlete gladly stepped up and did whatever he had to do to help out every new kid, every veteran in the throws, just as supportive as someone could be in that situation. And that's a hard situation to be in as a student athlete. You never really heard much from this athlete. His actions spoke for him. Continuous improvement throughout the season and unquestionable hard work. But you would never know. He's probably the most humble person in this room, maybe. So I need to give the most valuable player award to Connor Moynihan. It's well deserved. All right. And let's say it seems like indoor track. I think you got all the electrifying athletes to give awards to. So another athlete that I feel really deserves some recognition. Another quiet, hard worker. Shows up, diligent, conscientious, and gets nerdy with me with the track talk, which I really appreciate. There's not a lot of people that ever want to talk like that. This student athlete is unbelievably kind, trusting, loyal, a great teammate, and a great friend. And I'm happy to say that I got to meet him. And Lovins, I'm not going anywhere, so get used to it. This young man is incredible in so many ways, and he has such a bright future in front of him. I'm really glad to have got to spend a season with you, and I'm very jealous of Scott. I wish I had a couple more. But I'll take what we got. So this award, the Coach's Award, goes to Lovins Lemousery. Look at those pants.
Well, how you doing? I'm Scott Wilson. I'm the track coach for the boys outdoor track team. I guess similar to Nick, I stepped into it last minute, but we've had a blast. I got a chance to work with these guys over the winter, and I won't say everything that's already been said. Ronnie mentioned all the people that have helped, who made it a great experience, all the coaches that have helped. I'm not going to call them out by name. Fran already did. There were so many people that made this challenging job a lot easier with their hard work. So thank you to all those people for making it work. We had a great season in the spring. We finished 3-1, 1 win short of winning the MVC Small. That's a little disappointing, but so proud of the kids, the way we battled, and the way we competed against everybody. Nothing like that last win against Lawrence Drake. So one of the big leaders in that, I haven't seen him yet tonight, so I hope he's in the room. But he's a kid who's worked tirelessly at the pole vault. He's a kid that I met this winter, and I thought he was a long jumper. I didn't know that he had this other skill until we got outside, and I started watching him fly in the air over the pole vault. But such an impressive thing to watch, such a challenging and difficult event to do. He spent the whole year working in the off season on it and getting better. And I'm hoping for nothing but the best again for him this weekend in the MVCs, and hopefully a lot of great success for him at States. The first coach's award is to Justin Flynn. The second coach's award I have goes to a guy that I've known for a long time. I used to coach him in basketball. I've gotten to watch him play a lot of sports through the years. He finally came out for track his senior year. I'm so sad that we didn't have more time to work together, because this kid has done everything. He has tried every event. He has excelled at some and fallen over others, but he always just gets up and dusts himself off. What a great teammate, always there cheering everyone else on. Just a guy that really has brought it and has brought some tremendous energy to the team. I'm hoping that he goes out and does some special things this weekend and ends this track season on a really high note. Coach's Award to Dominic Valloway. And the last award I'm going to give out tonight is to our MVP. This kid in the winter went 15-0, and we rolled around to the spring, and he's just continued to win. Unfortunately, the award I gave out a few minutes ago to Justin. Justin's the only guy to beat him this year on his first time ever doing pole vault. He wasn't able to beat the veteran. So, but I'm going to tell you something. This kid is ranked in the top 10 in the MVC in 6 events. The biggest challenge we have week after week is deciding where are we going to use this guy? How do we get the most points from him? 5 points for every first place. That's 15 points every meet. And it's a challenge for us to figure that out. We've had the same challenge with MVCs and with states for this guy, because quite honestly, if they let him compete in 5 or 6 events, he would, and he'd go out there and he'd do a tremendous job. But this kid is a tremendous athlete. UMass Lowell's getting a kid that's going to go there and be a great multi-eventer. Hoping for the best this weekend and beyond in states, all states, New England's, really whatever this kid wants to do. Our most valuable player this spring is Derek Monroe.
Next coach I'd like to call up is our cheer coach, Coach Paige Wynn.
Hi, everyone. My shoes fit last year. I don't know why they're so big now. But first I wanted to start with thanking Mr. Druin and Mrs. O'Hare. You guys did awesome accommodating us this year. and the custodians that moved our mats from the second floor and the first floor constantly all year. So thank you for that. I also wanted to recognize my 2 seniors, Jenny Aslan and Ariana Perone. We made the most of what we were given this year, and we ended up with MVC champs the first time since 2015. All right, so I have quite a few awards, so I'm just going to get to it. So Coach's Award I gave to Jillian Mantell. Oh, sorry. Next Coach's Award, I had Olivia Capello. She's not here today, but I had as our most valuable player Amanda Ogden. Okay, another Coach's Award, we had Jocelyn Kinnan. She is also not here today, but most valuable player, Ava Gilligan. Our next Coach's Award, I'm sure you can hear over there, she's cheering everybody on, was Trisha Woodford.
Great year by our cheer program. Speaking of league championships, we got a few coming here. So another team that just consistently puts out a good product and does a tremendous job year in and year out, and starts every fall off for us in the right foot. It's our football program. So I'd like to call up Coach Aylwood and our head football coach.
All right, good evening. I'm going to try to stay brief. I apologize for my voice. I just get back from wrestling meet. Kaz got me roped in, and I can't control myself at those things. It's crazy. Got a problem. All right, so I want to congratulate all you seniors. What a tremendous thing that you did in persevering through. That's not me crying yet. Persevering through the year. This is awful. Give me water or something. All right. Yeah, I just got to go softer, I guess. You did a great job. I may have to bounce back in the order. No, I apologize. Because this is wrong. I want to be able to thank these guys. So I'll be back.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do. I mean,
Go get this some in the main office.
I mean, these guys are gonna be able to get thanked, though. Beer and water.
Yeah, we'll somebody while you're done. Well, we give Coach Aylward an oil change. I'm going to call up Coach Kirk Mombolo, our baseball coach, to take care of our baseball program.
All right. Like all the other coaches, I'd like to thank everybody that helped make this season kind of go by as smoothly as possible. Coach Drew and obviously Nancy, all the administration, the maintenance crew that takes care of our field for us, all did a great job. Before I get to the awards, I wanted to acknowledge the seniors that were here. We had 8 seniors, 5 that are here with us tonight. And, as a coach, I'm constantly thinking, what is it that we can do better? How do we kind of gauge success? And I've been very fortunate over the, since the 6 years I've been here to have, for the most part, just great student athletes. This year's no exception. So I want to call all my seniors real quick and kind of talk about where they're going. So Michael Duggan's going to WPI, Will McKay going to Springfield College, James Ministeri going to Curry College, Will O'Keefe going to UMaine, and Ryan Remetta going to Husson. And, we've had a lot of successful programs come through and a lot of really successful athletes in their individual sports. And I think how successful they've been in the classroom, what they're doing with their futures, I think that deserves just as much acknowledgement as how successful people are on the playing field. So I want to acknowledge those guys. And the guys that I just mentioned, I've been lucky enough to have just about everyone except for Will O'Keefe in the classroom, which I did. And I've been able to form really strong bonds with these guys, and that's something that I'll forever be thankful for. Our record wasn't as good as I think we could have been this year. But again, having talked about what I just did about those young men, I still consider us very successful. So I got 3 awards I want to give out, and I was thinking long and hard about these because of just how awesome these young men are. Whether it's helping me get things going at practice, whether it's talking over some strategy stuff, whether it's keeping guys motivated, which can be tough to do again when you're not as successful as you want to be. So I want to make that clear and really push home how much I appreciate these guys. But I got 2 coaches awards and 1 MVP. First coaches award is going to a young man who, we have tons of athletes here tonight that work incredibly hard. And I'll put this guy's work ethic up to anybody's. Whether somebody's watching or somebody's not, he's grinding and trying to get better. And I can't wait to see what the future holds for this young man. First one for the coaches award is Michael Duggan. All right, so the next coaches award has a lot of those same same characteristics. Just the guy that keeps everybody motivated, everybody working hard, everybody locked in. Same thing. I can't wait to see what the future holds for this guy, Will McKay. All right, last award, our most valuable player, young man. Been a 4-year starter. We actually had a season last year for us. I'd feel comfortable putting this guy to any spot in the field. Just a real good leader. The three recipients that are all our captains. They couldn't be more deserving of that. Our MVP goes to Ryan Rometta.
All right, I think, Coach being the veteran coach on the staff likes to try to do the right thing and take care of everybody and say the thank yous and stuff, but clearly his voice is shot tonight from wrestling. So we're going to try to just get him through the athletes and move on from there. So let's go with take 2 with Coach Aylward.
Very embarrassing. But for all of you, and especially you football guys, your story will be told to everybody that's going to follow you. You could very easily pack that in. You're going to come up with the excuses, and you didn't. And our program is saved by you guys, you seniors. So I'd like to give a hand for the seniors. So I'm going to go right into the awards. Our first award is a coach's award. And that's going to go to a guy who's been great for us. He is a 2-time all-conference quarterback, Ryan Rometta. Our next award, next 2 awards are our co-MVPs. And first guy, pound for pound, is tough as there is in the state of Massachusetts, I guarantee. 150-pound workhorse running back, 700 yards in 7 games. NBC to MVP. Unbelievable season. Great leader for us, Kyle DeRigo.
By the way, one more round of applause for Kyle. He was named Boston Globe All-Scholastic today.
And our other co-MVP is a guy that had a great season, a great leader for us on and off the field. He was our go-to guy when things were going good. He was certainly our go-to guy when things weren't going so good. Tremendous leader, named defensive MVP of the MVC2, and also Boston Herald All-Scholastic. Just a tremendous season, tremendous leader, Will McKay.
No problem. Don't worry about it. Our next team that clinched a league championship today is our softball team. So I'd like to call up Coach Brittany Souza. I also would like to recognize that, another round of applause, Sam Ryan threw a no-hitter today. Way to go, Sammy.
Yeah, Sammy. All right, I would first like to start by saying thank you to Ron Druin and the athletic department for their continued support, especially Mr. Druin when he answers my calls at all hours of the night. To our parents that cheered the girls on so loyally, and to my assistant coach, Tanya, for, again, all the late night calls and the early morning texts on what we should go with for our lineups. With all of you, I'm sure we do not make the strides that we did this year. So I have 2 awards, and the first award is the Coach's Award. So again, it's given annually to the athlete on each team who the coach feels contributes to the team during the season. When COVID hit last year, she stepped up immediately to ask what she could do to help give the seniors something that they could remember. She's been a starter on this team since she was a freshman. Despite having 2 rebuilding years with not such great records, missing her junior year due to COVID, she had every reason not want to play this year. But that didn't stop her. In December, she reached out to me to get the ball rolling for winter workouts. I gave her a ton of housekeeping responsibilities, and she took them on without batting an eye. She organized a lot of behind the scenes to make this year memorable for not only herself, but her teammates. She was constantly in touch with me and worrying about all the little things that she shouldn't really have to worry about, but she cared way too much not to. This year, I'd like to present the Coach's Award to one of our senior captains, Brianna Iandoli. The next award is the Most Valuable Player Award. And this is a real measure of a long-term endurance, and people with endurance truly believe their goals are important. They show up, follow through, and stick it out, even when things look a little bleak. This student athlete showed just that every single day. She came to practice always giving 110%. When she's on the mound, if you simply just watched her body language, you couldn't tell if we were winning by 1 or losing by 12. She presents herself like an upperclassman throughout this entire season. She took a few hard-hit balls off the body multiple times, and when I called timeout to go check on her, she basically growled at me and then finished to win the games. She showed grit and tenacity throughout our season, and when she wasn't at practice, she was at hitting lessons trying to make herself better every single day. She currently has an ERA of 2.3 and has an incredible batting average of .585. She has gotten on base every single game and has a hit in all except for 1. And that game, she drew 4 walks. I would like to present this year's Most Valuable Player Award to sophomore Sam Ryan.
Our next coach I'd like to call up is a new boys head lacrosse coach, Anthony Ponce.
All right. So I'm sure some of you are thinking, man, this guy must look a little familiar. Yes, I was the substitute teacher here a few years ago, just so you guys know. So just a quick lesson. Always be nice and respectful to your sub. You might be your coach one day, right? So before I get started, I'd like to thank Mr. Druin for giving me the opportunity of being a head coach just at 25 years old. I know it's a big chance, especially to take him with a young guy, but I really take that to heart. I
I'd really like to thank my assistant coaches who both couldn't make it tonight, but they really helped me a lot throughout the season, especially we were all young coaches, so we all just kind of need to put our heads together. We all played the same position, which was defense, so we all really had to put our heads together for offense. So I know it's a little difficult as a coach who grew up in Billerica, but I was very welcomed by this community, by the other coaches, by the athletic department, by the players, so I really like to thank the whole town in general. And I'd like to give a special shout out to all the other coaches who helped me throughout the season. I don't work in the building, so it's kind of hard to get in touch with some of the players at some times or get to know them on a different level. So I appreciate you guys answering me at any times and anything I needed. With that, let me just get straight into my coaches award. So this kid who gets the coaches award, he's the definition of a coachable player. Everything I told him to do, he would do it the very next play. Every practice he was there giving 100%. Every game day he was getting the kids back in line if they were messing around a little bit. He played for us the whole game, every game, never came off the field. It's not his first sport, but you can definitely tell he still takes pride in this game and wants to get better every day. My coach's award goes to Jason Cook. So my MVP award goes to a kid who was our senior captain. He was basically our X's and O's guy. He was a very big extension of the coaching staff. If the kids didn't know what to be or where to be, he would tell them where to be. They could ask him questions and he'd be able to answer them just the same as almost any coach would. I mean, there's a reason why he is our only player who is going to play at college for this sport. He was a great kid, great overall attitude. When he walked into practice the first day, he came in with a short stick, and he played long stick the previous season, so I was a little thrown back. But he actually still played long stick for us, even though he's going to play college for short stick. So that was a huge improvement for us. We really needed him at that position, even though he's not continuing his career at that position. He made the sacrifice for our team. So my MVP award goes to Sean Fahey.
Our next coach I'd like to call up is our girls lacrosse coach, well thought of teacher in the building, Erin Murphy.
All right. Good evening, everyone. First, I would like to thank Ron Druin and Nancy O'Hare. As has been said many times tonight, this was one interesting year. There were more than the normal amount of balls to juggle, and they made our lives much easier. While our record may not have been what we have hoped, unable to match the 6 wins from our last season, it was not due to lack of effort. Every day the girls were out on the field, masks and all for the majority, and were working very hard. I would also argue that girls lacrosse is one of the toughest sports in the MVC, and without the ability to schedule non-league games, we were not able to acquire the wins that we have in the past. Nevertheless, we gave each team we faced some tough competition, and I know each year we will continue to improve as players and as a program. I have 2 awards to give out today, MVP and Coach's Award. These are never easy for me to choose, as I wish I could honor all of my players for their hard work. I'm proud of the great group of athletes I have as a part of this program. In our senior class alone, we have many going on to play collegiate athletics. Michelle Hinkle will be attending Simmons University to play field hockey. Alexis Raymond will be attending Fitchburg State University to play field hockey and lacrosse. Ariana Dawson will be attending the University of New England to play lacrosse. And Erin McIntyre will be attending Bridgewater State University also to play lacrosse. I cannot be more proud of each of them and look forward to seeing them play next year, some with or against other alumni of the program. My first award is my Coach's Award. This award goes to a player that caught my eye from her first day as a freshman. Her older sister was already on the team and really hyped up her ability, and she wasn't wrong. This athlete has incredible stick skill and endurance, playing all of her years on varsity as a midfielder. She has 11 goals this season, which may not be as many as she would have liked, but she was vital to the team in many other ways, either through draw controls, ground balls, or taking the lead on running various plays. Aside from what she helped us accomplish on the field, this player was incredibly helpful to me as one of our captains this and last season. She's a great contact person between myself and the team. She motivates the girls through her love of the sport and is a great role model to our underclassmen. I look forward to seeing her and her sister battle it out on the lacrosse field next year. This year, my coach's award goes to Erin McIntyre. My next award is my MVP award. This girl has a lot of the similar characteristics to Erin, being incredibly driven and motivated. Both of my award winners tonight are extremely hard on themselves and push for excellence in everything they do, but hopefully they will go to trust themselves and their capabilities as much as I do. This player has consistently been one of our top goal scorers, leading the team again this season with 30 goals, never being afraid to go to goal or create opportunities for her teammates. Had we had a complete season, I know she would have come closer or surpassed her season's total last year of 41. She's also been a midfielder all 4 years as a varsity player and even took a number of successful draws for us this year, initially thinking I would never have her take one, despite how many times I had her practice them. It is clear from the moment she steps on the field how each game, play, and ball control means to her, having one of the biggest hearts of any athlete I have coached. Her excellency was recognized by her teammates, being voted a two-season captain, as well as winning the team's Iron Woman Award at her own team banquet. She will be greatly missed next season. This year's MVP goes to Lexi Palomino.
Speaking of league championships and new coaches, our next coach is our new wrestling coach who's been in our program for a long time as assistant, gets to take over as the head coach. And today they clinched at least a share of the MVC championship. So let's give it up for our wrestling coach, Coach Steve Kasperzak.
Hello, everybody. First, I'm not going to thank any more of the adults in the room. That's been done. That's our job. That's what we're supposed to do. I first just want to thank the athletes. You guys are the ones that made the sacrifices, had to deal with all the guidelines and modifications, and you guys took the situation you were handed, and you hit a home run. You nailed it. Congratulations to all of you. The two awards, my coach's award, a kid that epitomizes doing it the hard way and doing it the right way. He wasn't blessed right out of the gate with being a talented, great wrestler. He was giving up 20 pounds his freshman year at the 106-pound weight class. And I remember the big milestone when he hit 100 pounds. It was fantastic. You fast forward now to his senior year, and he really he put everything he had into the sport for 4 years to get himself into a position to compete at the highest level. And had we had a normal postseason, Adam would have placed very high in the state tournament without question. He's going to continue his wrestling career at Bridgewater State, and we're thrilled he made that decision. A great captain for us, a great leader, and if you ever saw him practice in the practice room, he's tough to outwork. So without any further explanation, it doesn't need any more. He's such a great kid. Coach's award, Adam Donovan. Otherwise known as the Mullet Man. It's because of Adam I'll have a mullet on Tuesday. So thanks, Adam. I have to keep my promise. Our next award, our MVP, really 5 years ago, our program wasn't in the most healthy position. We needed a culture change, and we needed the right kid to do it with, someone to pair along with Adam. And Danny Lightfoot really came into us as an 8th grader on a waiver. And we saw something different in Danny, and we said, this is the kid we need to model our program after. And he did it every day. He did it every year. He got robbed of a sophomore season due to a huge shoulder injury. He got robbed of a senior season this year because of a knee injury. But you would never know it seeing him in the practice room every day. Never missed a practice. Finds a way to get a workout. He does tremendous in the classroom. He's going on to NYU to continue both, obviously, his academic career and his wrestling career. I could go on, and I couldn't say enough good things about him. You think of an MVP, you think of wins, stats, and all that stuff. But don't forget about the intangibles. Danny checks every box in the intangible category that anybody could ever say. Every coach's cliche. We're going to miss him. I'm going to miss him. Danny Lightfoot.
I got a note from Coach Aylward. He can't speak anymore, so I got to read his note for him. He wants to make sure the football team's recognized. They've been MVC2 champions 3 years in a row and 8 of the last 10. So congratulations, fellas. Next coach I'd like to call up is a guy who worked with a shorthand all year long, just a handful of kids, and made it work for us. Our tennis coach, Rick Keene.
Hello, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank Ron, Nancy, for all the work that they did to put the season together. Coach Mary McDonald for all her support with the boys and girls team. I'm going to jump right into the awards. We're going to start off with my first award is our coach's award. This player is always last off the courts. He played with a lot of heart and soul, never gave up, always pushing forward, showed up to every practice and worked hard. Even his match today, suffering from some hip pain, he took a timeout, stretched, and got back on the court to finish his match. My coach's award goes to Brady Linton. All right, jumping right into our MVP award. This player, without his help this season, it might not have happened. He was nonstop in recruiting players, talking to teachers, keeping me informed, and getting a team together this year. As Ron had mentioned, we only had 2 players at the start of the season, and this player went out, got everybody for us. He also took on the toughest role on our team, and that's the #1 singles. Even though he was new, he would be up against the best players in the conference. He took to every match and left everything on the court. My MVP award goes to Mahir Bagoo. Thank you.
And last but certainly not least, our girls tennis coach, Mary McDonald. She does an outstanding job and just a pleasure to deal with every day. Coach McDonald.
I've got just a couple of thank yous. One to Mr. Druin for his unwavering support of the tennis program. Also to the Friends of Tewksbury Tennis for their help in providing scholarships for all the seniors and their support of community tennis. And to Abby Culhane, who was our assistant coach this year, and she's a big part of the reason that our new players improved so much this season. Our season isn't quite over. We'll finish next week, and we're going to end up close to 500. We only had 2 returning players with any varsity experience, and we now have several promising newcomers, and I think the future of the team is very bright. They all worked hard every day, and the sportsmanship was the best I've ever seen. The Coach's Award. You couldn't ask for a better role model than this player. She set a great example by her hard work, high level of play, dedication, leadership, and treated opponents with respect. She's loved and respected by her teammates and coaches and will be greatly missed. Jamie Burns. You didn't make it home. And for MVP, they share the best record on the team, playing first doubles. They improved their level of play throughout the season, and they pulled out some big wins in close matches. They're also 2 of the nicest players I've ever coached, and their futures are very bright. Cindy Lai and Ifong Fala. You didn't make it home. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. I asked Mr. O'Leary, our assistant principal, on stage to try to help me mow through this. I know we have a senior movie down at Strong, so I want to try to get through this as efficiently as possible. So let's try to do it this way. I think it's the best way. I'll call the names of the winners. Everybody that's coming up from now on is going to be involved in a picture with Mr. Brown. So when you come up, see Mr. O'Leary on this side, get your award, and then wait on this side for the picture. Let's do one round of applause at the end so I can kind of call them up a little bit quicker and move through the process, okay? 4 season award winners. We had a handful of athletes that participated in 4 seasons. That's, knock on wood, never going to happen again. So, hopefully, never going to happen again. So I want to recognize those 4 season athletes that gave all they had for 4 seasons, okay? Macy Chapman, Connor Kremen, Emma Ryan, Brady Chapman, Ryan Cuvier, Alyssa Adams, Christina Smith, Riley Vietz, Stephanie Mercurio, Michael Gaglione, Kim Son Nguyen. Round of applause, please. There you go. Oh, my mask just broke. Damn.
You want to go get you one?
If you don't mind.
What do you got next? All Stars, you got that?
Yeah. Fall 2 and Spring All-Stars. Mask just broke. Jenny Aslin, Ariana Perron, Alex Arbogast, Ryan Cuvier, Molly Kremen, Karina Barron, Livia Capello, Jillian Mantell, Lexus Palomino, Katie Palomino. First team all-conference, fall 2 and spring. First team all-conference. For both fall and winter cheer, first team all-conference, Anne-Marie Sullivan. All-conference in football, Kyle Dorigo, Will McKay, Da Vinci Sidney, Ryan Remetta, Michael Duggan, Cole Kimtis, Michael Kelly, Kalu Alu. All-conference indoor track and field, Derek Monroe. All-conference indoor track and field, Michaela Page. Yep, right over there. Most of the spring sports haven't had their meetings yet for the all-conferences, so anybody that receives all-conference for the spring, we will get it to you. Nice medium shirt, Clue. Hang on one second. First team all conference, Madison Stovesand. Maddie was selected all conference in girls basketball. Sean, I'll hand him to you. You want me on this side? They're gonna come up. Yeah. Yep. All right. We have a bunch of various award winners. Deidre DiDio Memorial Cheerleading Award, Bella Shilley. Deidre DiDio Memorial Cheerleading Award, Kelsey Parr. Stacy Stott Memorial Award, Lauren Ryder. Stacy Stott Memorial Award, Juliana Manson. Colleen Krieger Memorial Award, Molly Bazinski.
Are they staying for a picture?
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Colleen Krieger Memorial Award, Grace Russo. You guys can stay for a picture. Would you say, no, you're good. You can give those three a picture there, yeah. They'll be separate from the other picture. The following awards, if we could just stay on stage together, please. MVC2, Football Player of the Year, Kyle Dorigo. MVC2, Defensive Football Player of the Year, Will McKay. Boston Herald All-Scholastic for Football, Will McKay. Boston Globe All-Scholastic, and Kyle, like I said, we'll get that plaque to you. We just found out today. Boston Globe All-Scholastic for Football, Kyle Dorigo. Boston Herald All-Scholastic, Boys Ice Hockey, Will O'Keefe. Boston Bruins Sportsmanship Award, Girls Ice Hockey, Madison Robillard. Adidas Indoor National Champion, 1,000-meter run, Michaela Page. MVC2 Football Coach of the Year, Brian Elwood. Mr. Bernard, if you come up on stage, please. Sure. All right. Our last set of awards is our major athletic awards. They were given out on scholarship night, and there are major awards. There are major athletic awards, and I feel strongly that this should be the way we end our show, okay? So, with that said, let's get right into them. Megan McCarthy Tewksbury Tough Coaches Award. Awarded to the female athlete who best represents the finest qualities of fair play, work ethic, perseverance, and athletic excellence, Erin McIntyre. All these winners, please stay on stage. Megan McCarthy Tewksbury Tough Coaches Award, awarded to the female athlete who represents the finest qualities of fair play, work ethic, perseverance, and athletic excellence, Lexus Raymond. Dennis McGadden Memorial Coaches Award, awarded to the male athlete who represents the finest qualities of fair play, work ethic, perseverance, and athletic excellence, Will O'Keefe. Lawrence McGowan Memorial Scholar Athlete Award, awarded to the male athlete who best combines athletic excellence and accomplishment with superior academic achievement, Nabil Barkala. William D. Gregorio Scholar Athlete Award, awarded to the female athlete who best combines athletic excellence and accomplishment with superior academic achievement, Alexis Palomino. Anybody know anybody that's got pink Crocs? Just pink Crocs, anybody? Teresa Terry Lightfoot Inspiration and Courage Award, awarded to the senior athlete who's overcome physical and emotional adversity and competed with vigor, courage, and dignity without complaint, Erin Sands. Teresa Terry Lightfoot Inspiration and Courage Award, awarded to the senior athlete who's overcome physical and emotional adversity and competed with vigor, courage, and dignity without complaint, Daniel Lightfoot. Athletic Director's Choice Award, awarded to the senior athlete who's demonstrated character, commitment, academic success, and leadership while displaying the most desired characteristics of a Tewksbury Memorial High School student athlete, Jamie Burns. Athletic Director's Choice, awarded to the senior athlete who's demonstrated character, commitment, academic success, and leadership while displaying the most desired characteristics of a Tewksbury Memorial High School student athlete, Michael Duggan. Deborah Lee McPhail Memorial Determination Award, awarded to the female athlete whose achievements and efforts in athletics exhibit perseverance and hard work unmatched by her peers, Ashley Giordano. Well, I'm gonna ask him on stage. Congrats, Ash. Daniel Gillette Memorial Determination Award, awarded to the male athlete whose achievements and efforts in athletics exhibit perseverance and hard work unmatched by his peers, Kyle DeRigo. Coach, I'd like you to come up on stage and give out your dad's award, please. Don't roll your eyes. Bob A. Wood Athletic Leadership Award, awarded to the senior athlete who has exhibited outstanding leadership qualities supported by athletic achievement in her sports, Michelle Hinkle. You might have to meet Michelle. We might want to meet Michelle. She's on crutches. Oh, yeah. Go down and meet her. Go down.
Yeah, down the bottom. If you come out.
Michelle, can you get up there? Bob Aylward Athletic Leadership Award, awarded to the senior athlete who has exhibited outstanding leadership qualities supported by athletic achievement in his sport, Will McKay. Thank you, sir. Tewksbury Memorial High School Charles Hazel Outstanding Athlete Award, awarded to the male athlete whose accomplishments during his high school career represent the finest qualities of athletic excellence, Ryan Remetta. And our last award of the evening, Tewksbury Memorial High School Outstanding Athlete Award, awarded to the female athlete whose accomplishments during her high school career represent the finest qualities of athletic excellence, Michaela Page. Correction. There were 3 plaques in the wrong place. So, I got to give out the Sportsmanship Awards. My apologies. Kevin Kelly Memorial Sportsmanship Award, awarded to the male athlete who best represents the qualities of fair play in all aspects of athletics, Derek Monroe. Kevin Kelly Memorial Sportsmanship Award, awarded to the male athlete who best represents the qualities of fair play in all aspects of athletics, Kalu Olu. Yeah. Guys, can we start to take some seats in the front? Guys in the front, girls will stand behind you. Mr. O'Leary, there's no more plaques over there, so I can say this is the last award of the night. Leo Dr. Rocco Sportsmanship Award, awarded to the female athlete who best represents the qualities of fair play in all aspects of athletics, Brenna Cassidy. All set. Two things before I send you guys on your way. Two quick things before I send you guys on your way. Number one, it's been a pleasure being your athletic director. I cannot say thank you to you guys enough, both the athletes, the parents, and the administration, for how you guys have carried yourself, behaved, were classy, and did everything the right way. This could have been a train wreck this season in a lot of different ways, and you guys were outstanding to deal with. I cannot say thank you enough to the way you've handled the protocols, showed up day in and day out, the coaching staff and what they've done under extremely difficult situations. I couldn't be more proud to say I work with you guys. I couldn't be more thankful of the support of the administration and the school committee. That's been not unnoticed, and I'm so grateful, and thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Secondly, tomorrow's graduation. Finish strong. We got a movie tonight to have some fun. We got graduation tomorrow. I know Mr. Bernard has stumbled all over himself to try to make a great situation for you guys. The turf looks great. It's going to be a good ceremony. We're going to have great weather. It's going to be 70 degrees. People aren't going to be sweating out there in 85-degree heat. It's going to be a great night. Enjoy yourself. It's a memory you guys are going to keep for the rest of your life. I'm so proud to have worked with you guys. I'm so thankful for the opportunity to deal with you guys for 4 years. You guys have been tremendous. I cannot say thank you enough. Enjoy yourself. Let's get down the movie, hit the food trucks, and have some fun. Thank you for coming.